Am I gonna be getting all of these notifications and stuff? Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Coming all the way live from Washington, D.C. Coming to talk to y'all today about reasons to get the bleep out of America, America KKK right now. America is going absolutely crazy right now. If you don't have clear signs, indicators, notification, bulletin boards of America is failing and failing at a rapid pace, I don't know what to tell you. I just don't know what to tell you. It's going, it's going down, y'all. It's going down, and I don't see anything that can save it. I don't see anything that can save it. I don't believe that uh, America can recover from what's going on. I don't believe that anything can happen but for us to get the hell out of America, KKK. We got to get out of America. It is absolutely crazy what is going on and what's happening right now. COVID-19, so-called new variant, they're pushing everybody to get these vaccinations. Black people are like, nah, but there's a lot of black people getting vaccinations. Don't get it twisted. There's a lot of black people getting vaccinations, but as a whole, black people on the whole, according to the numbers of the CDC, that we still are not getting the vaccination like other races. And it's so much mixed messages going on. Get the vaccination, you'll be fine. You still may get COVID, but it won't be as bad as if you didn't get vaccinated. Then it's being reported now that when people get the vaccinations, that it makes them susceptible to other illnesses like heart disease. I'm hearing, and it's being reported, that getting the COVID vaccine causes heart disease. People are finding themselves with ailments that they didn't have prior to getting the vaccinations. And just as a disclaimer, I'm not telling you to get the vaccination or don't get the vaccination, but my antenna goes up when America, the American politicians and American politics pushes for anything. My antenna goes up. Uh, I heard somebody say today about black men that black men got shelves and shelves full of Viagra. Then they ain't afraid to take that, but they're afraid to take the vaccination. I don't know. I just thought that was quite funny about the pill, the blue pill, and Pfizer, who created it all, manufactures it, and they won't take the vaccination. But yeah, you know, America is just crazy. And then now they're forcing these schools to open up, and you have major protests, fights going on about should your child get vaccinated? Should they not get vaccinated? Should they wear their mask in school, during school, or shouldn't they wear their mask in school? There's a lot of conversation going on right now pertaining to all of that. And you got to know and understand as a parent, it's going to boil down to what you think and what you do and how you do it. I mean, now they're talking about vaccinating toddlers, and they're saying, well, we've been getting vaccinated. We've been vaccinated since the beginning of time. And it's like, yeah, but we're in a different time now. We're not back when polio and the measles and all these other diseases were going on. This is a man-made disease that has a purpose. And we got to know and understand that the frustration of the people, I believe, and this is just my opinion, they know that it's a man-made disease. They know and understand what it is. They're trying to downplay the whole thing now, like, oh, the Wuhan clinic, you know what I mean, laboratory out in China. There, it was first saying that it was leaked. Now they're creating this whole different narrative where they don't know. They're not saying who and what, who did what. And then it's a whole nother situation now, because now I did some research today, and now they're saying that the National Institute on Health, NIH, has a connection to the Wuhan laboratories. You know what I'm saying? Here it is a government agency that had something to do with this clinic. I keep saying clinic. I'm sorry, y'all. This laboratory that was in the business of researching coronaviruses, not the coronavirus, but coronaviruses, ladies and gentlemen. Coronaviruses, not just one specific coronavirus, coronaviruses. Do your research. It's right there for you to see. I'm not making this up. You could go right on the internet and Google who are the financial backers of the Wuhan laboratory that researched and uh, was doing all this business with this coronaviruses. So here we get hit with the Delta variant of it, and saying that it's more deadly than the regular one. But do your research. They can't tell you if you get coronavirus. Do you have coronavirus phase 1, COVID-19, or do you have coronavirus 2, Delta variant? There's no test that can indicate that. But I thought about something, and y'all let me know. If you can detect the virus through a test, can't you take that same test and somehow test the air quality to let you know when the virus is present or when it's not? Because they were able to test surfaces and figure that out. And it's unfortunate. And I see that the American people are getting more and more frustrated. And it's almost like a real war brewing. And the war is going to be vaccinated against unvaccinated. Because now in New York and other places around the country, if you don't have a vaccination card, a valid vaccination card, you cannot enter that establishment. You cannot participate in certain sports venues in the very near future if you do not have a valid vaccination card. So, I mean, this thing is. It's making me think like I'm thinking about Hitler with the Jews having to wear the star. That's what's coming to my mind. I'm thinking about the conspiracy to murder black men and young black boys. I mean, all these different conspiracy theories are starting to be very relevant because I'm looking at the fact that this was a man-made thing. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, they now are telling women in the state of Texas that they don't no longer have the right to get an abortion. They're putting a ban on abortions in Texas. I think it's Texas. I hope I'm right. I think it's Texas. But I was checking it out, and the Texas governor comes out and says that when somebody says, are you saying that if a woman is raped, she's going to be forced to give birth to her rapist child? And he said, and I quote, that they're going to do everything they can possible to eliminate rape. So I'm trying to figure out, how do you do everything possible to eliminate rape? Because that would mean that you would know when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen, who is going to do it, when, and that's almost impossible when most women don't know when they're going to get raped. So how in the hell are you going to eliminate rape? You're going to lock up all the rapists? Is that what you're saying? Impossible. You know what I mean? Are you going to now start blaming the women for getting raped? Impossible. So, I mean, this whole American thing, y'all, these are all reasons for you to get the hell out of America, because it is getting stupid and ridiculous. We are actually about to have our fifth or sixth civil war, because the people are almost at 100% dissatisfaction. When the people get to 100% dissatisfied, this thing is going to boil over, and it's going to be something that you never saw before. You know what I mean? The people are dissatisfied. And I think the percentage of dissatisfaction, it's got to be 95%. Don't let it get to 100% before you decide to leave the country. At least get out and see what the continent of Africa has to offer you. Just get out and see what the continent of Africa has in store for you. Because I'm telling you now, the peace of mind that you seek in America doesn't exist, and it's not going to exist. It can't happen. It can't be. Can you believe they're actually talking about Donald Trump getting back in the White House? Can you believe that? And it could actually happen. Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump has an 80% chance of getting back in the White House. Because we don't understand that there are 75% more white Americans than there is any other. I mean, the numbers are starting to dwindle now because, you do have the Latino people coming, and, Black, Latino, and they're mixing with other races, and the white race is starting to be eliminated through sex. But still, those that have the ability to vote and are afraid of a Black America or a multi-ethnic America, they still have the voting power. And I don't believe that they are going to allow the minorities to vote, their vote to count the way that we want it or need it to count. There's been a lot of small victories. Don't get me wrong. There's been a lot of small victories. But you got to know and understand, it to me, it always seems that it goes according to a plan. Amina Chan, what's going on? What's up, Amina? How you doing? Welcome to the live. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thank you. But you know what I'm saying? They have shown us time and time again that they have the ability and the power to do exactly what they want to do. And I feel sorry for, our Black people that really believe that the democracy of America is working. It's not working. You know what I'm saying? It's not working. If you do something against women, you have a strong possibility of getting out of public office. It's like what happened to the governor, Como. They got him out of there, and they put a woman in there right behind him. But it's all these different battles going on right now. Big, Keith Walker says Big John has become too dangerous. What's up? What's up? I'm just chilling over here doing my Wednesday night live. You know what I'm saying? But yes, I'm just giving reasons to get out of America. You know what I'm saying? Politicians has let us down. Now they're saying, look, you got the Republicans on one side, you got the Democrats on the other side. Now, and listen to me, if I'm the first one to say it, I'll take that. But look, they're going to start now pushing for one political party. That's what they're going to be pushing for. It's not going to be no more. They're trying to rewrite this thing, y'all. And us in the knowledge, we knew this time was coming, but they're trying to rewrite this whole thing. They're trying to say no more Democrat, no more Republican. We're going to have one party, one rule, one vote, one understanding, one agenda. It's coming. If you didn't hear me say it, I'm telling you, if you haven't heard it, you need to go to your talk shows, your radio programs, and listen and see what's going on. I'm telling you, that's what we're going towards. No more. No, the independents might come strong, but they're trying to eliminate all of that, yo. They're trying to. These are reasons for you to get out of America, KKK. I'm telling you, they knocked down the statue of Robert E. Lee. Robert E. Lee, he was someone big and major in the Civil War. And they kept that statue in Richmond, Virginia, six stories high, 2-ton statue to give white supremacy and those that believe in white supremacy a reminder that this is their country and they can do what they want to do. They took it down today. They took that down today. But isn't it fair to say that the damage has already been done? It took the killing of George Floyd on national television for that to happen. Who really was George Floyd? Who is really was George Floyd the Jesus or the Messiah that all these biblical people have been talking about? Because after that they took that down, and they took down all of those white supremacist statues throughout Richmond. But you got to ask yourself, why was they in Richmond? Do you know why they was in Richmond? I would tell you why. Because during the slave trade, Richmond, Virginia was one of the first places that sold and housed Africans from the west coast of Africa. Richmond, Virginia, right on the water, that port right there is one of the original places that they housed, sold, and traded Africans from West Africa. And it goes deeper. It has a lot. Oh my God, it goes deeper. I'll leave that for another episode when we talk about the Mississippi River, the Rothschilds, and all of these very rich, prominent people, how the first banks in America were based upon slavery. But I'll get all my research, do all my research, and we'll go back to that. And if y'all want to, y'all can remind me. Ebony Reed, Pat, what's going on? The damage has been done. Yes, ma'am. So George Floyd gets killed. We see it. So now they're starting to say, in my opinion, oh, we gotta start taking these statues down because we don't really want them to really start looking deep. Oh, you taking down the statues because you don't want the people to really go deep, but we're gonna go deep. We're gonna research. We need to do our research. We need to do our homework and really, really, really ask for accountability of these particular businesses, families, prominent families, institutions of health, wealth, education, and see just how they played a part in the capture and the selling of our ancestors. I sat back and watched this whole thing unfold. I watched the people celebrating and crying and hugging. But the question is, what's going to happen next week? You sit there, you're celebrating, You're happy. You're loving this thing. This thing is getting taken down, but it's just a statue. What about the mindset of the people in power in Richmond, Virginia, and all across the world that know the truth, which they're not going to tell you that they know the truth, nor are they going to reveal. That's the 10%. They want to keep us deaf, dumb, and blind. They want us to be in a state of servitude, so they really don't want us to get educated, y'all. That's why they're taking down these statues, because they don't want you to become aware of the truth. So they're going to take down these statues and they're going to put something else there. But guess what? For us in the knowledge, we always going to know that's where Robert E. Lee's statue stayed for over, I don't know, 150 years after the fact. You know what I'm saying? 100 years, whenever it was built in the 1800s. You know what I'm saying? The 1900s. It's been there that long. And it's been a reminder of white supremacy. That statue represented white supremacy and what we can do to a loving people, hold them in captive, and build a foundation of wealth on the blood, sweat, and tears of these Africans, our ancestors, y'all. And you got to know and understand what these things mean when they happen. These are reasons for you to get out of America, KKK. But getting out of America is just not a physical thing. You got to get out of this American mindset that we've adopted from a young age. The education system has told us that our history began with slavery. Non-cipher. No, ma'am. No, sir. Lie. How come in school they don't want the children to know the truth about their ancestry? Yes, they want to spend time on the Holocaust. They want to spend time on the slave trade, but they don't want to go into, you know what I'm saying, ancient Egypt history and, you know what I'm saying, history of Ethiopia, the Nile River. They don't want to go into those histories. They don't want you to, because they want to keep you deaf, dumb, blind, ignorant. Taking down Robert E. Lee statue, great. But still, our neighborhoods are flooded with drugs. Black on black crime is at the highest it's ever been. You talk about defunding the police, they're like, okay, the police have been turning an eye to a lot of things that's going on in the black community. Where George Floyd got killed and murdered, they are being instructed to not even go in there. If they do have to go in there, they got to go in there 3 or 4 cars deep. Go do your research. Someone got murdered just right there, not too long ago, killed. You can even hear the radio broadcast of the police saying, look, don't go in there. Whatever you do, don't go in there. Wait. These are reasons for you to get out of America, KKK. I am telling you. I'm trying to encourage you to do your research, to know and understand the day and time that we are in. This is biblical times, y'all. Read the book of Revelations and know and understand the time that we are in. These are reasons for you to get out of America, KKK, no doubt. You want to talk about Black Lives Matter? Of course, Black Lives Matter. But you got to know and understand what is the political movement behind Black Lives Matter. That's Joe Biden's organization, Black Lives Matter. Do your homework. That's his organization. Now he's the president. Is he the lesser of the two evils, or is this thing going to really unfold like we don't know yet? We don't. It's only been 6 months since he's been in office. Only 6 months. World Nomads Travel Insurance covers anyone, even if you catch COVID during travel, and pays for your ticket back home. Joshua Agabon. What are you selling insurance, brother? You on here trying to sell insurance? Let me put my glasses on so I can make sure I'm reading this. What is being said? Where's my glasses? Oh, I gotta make sure that I can read this stuff. You selling insurance on my channel, man? What's up with that? You selling insurance? Black Lives Matter, y'all. We know that. But coronavirus, this man-made disease, released from the Wuhan laboratories, I'm saying it, that a lot of these prominent Americans, names that you know, they financially backed this. Now they're saying the NIH had something to do with it. The kids, they're trying to get them to go back to school. They want the kids to be vaccinated. They want the kids to be wearing masks. The parents, some parents is happy for it, some parents is not. But you've been homeschooling your children. You've been doing an excellent job, America. Why mess it up now? I think all children should be homeschooled because that's where education begins. But now, according to the CDC, 1 out of 4 of the new cases of coronavirus are children. Young children. From the ages, I'm seeing from the ages of 2 to 8. Majority of the new coronavirus, one out of 4. It's a child. In a lot of states, the parents are not going for it. They're saying no vac. They got a movement now. No vac, no vaccinations, no mask. And it's going to boil down to either you send your children or you don't. I think you shouldn't send your children to public school, private school, or nothing. Keep them at home. You teleworking anyway. If you're blessed to be teleworking, keep your child at home. Spend some time with your children. But these are reasons for you to get out of America, KKK. These are the reasons. Leah and family said, I just started homeschooling mines. Word up. Hats off to you, Leah. Hats off to you. You'll be better off bonding with your child, bonding with your children, controlling the education. You can go right online and get a curriculum. You can go right online and download a curriculum based upon your child's age. And you can go above and beyond that. I know they say you got to have a certain amount of education and this for your child to get credit and blah, 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 blah. But no one can take away intelligence once you get it. So don't listen to that. I think that all children should be homeschooled. You'll save money, time. It's just that if you can make money, you know what I mean? That's the biggest thing. You still need to pay your bills, but homeschooling would be best. I'm in America, Uncle Jam. Yes, I'm in America. I announced that earlier. You have to replay to understand that. Yes, I'm in America. Trying to get out of America. KKK. I'm getting out of here, though. I don't need a reason to get out of here because there's a million reasons. There's only one reason for me to be here. Money. But I'm working on making money. Isotube. I don't know what you're trying to say, but are you butt texting me or something? Isotube, are you butt texting me? What the? Anyway, yeah, I'm trying to get out of. I'm not trying. I'm getting out of America. I'm getting out. You know what I'm saying? Everything. I'm just trying to set up a financial situation so I could be gone. Get out of here. That's all I'm trying to do. That's all I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to encourage as many as my people as I can. And if you in here watching this broadcast, hater, lover, don't matter. You my people. We got to do something, y'all. You don't need no excuse to stay, and you don't need an excuse to leave. But you got to get out of here. You got to get out of here mentally first. You got to know and understand everything that we think is important is really not. Your big car, your big house, your big job, all those things don't matter. Those are just things that keep us in a state of servitude. We want to stay stuck on stupid and think that we can't survive unless we had the validation of what America tells us is what's successful. When you get to the continent of Africa, all that narrative changes. You know what I'm saying? All that changes. But we in some very, very serious times right now. We just had a major hurricane, Ida. And you got to know and understand that climate change and destiny, it's just crazy, y'all. We flooding on one side of the country, burning up on the other. You got to know and understand these signs. That's what's going on. We flooding on one side and burning up on the other. Thank you, Isa2. Appreciation. What the hell is that all about? I don't know. I don't know. I must be hitting a nerve, y'all. I must be hitting nerves. So you're being a hypocrite for the time being. Uncle Sam, why are you saying I'm being a hypocrite? Love it, love it, love it, or hate it. You could stay here and you could go down with the rest of them, or you could get up and you could do something. You know what I'm saying? But we got clowns on the broadcast, so let them do their clown thing. But yes, it's getting real, real serious in America. And I'm just here to give you some reasons why you should get out of America. I'm not saying that America is so bad. I mean, I think this is the only country that you could come here as a foreigner and become a millionaire cutting grass. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could literally come here and just cut grass and become a millionaire. That's how great it is. But on the flip side of that, the back side of that, the politics and the trickery, the technology that's going on in order to keep people in the state of servitude is just ridiculous. And it's going to get a lot worse before it gets a lot better. And I don't know if it could ever get better. I don't know. Could America recover from all these things? They stormed the Capitol. They stormed the Capitol. Right there, we should have been packing our bags. Armageddon. They storming the Capitol. That's supposed to be the most secure and safest place on the face of the planet Earth. What kind of message is that sending to terrorists? When they storm the Capitol, what kind of message is that sending to anti-Americans that want to do us harm because of our lifestyle? Oh, if they can do that, oh, we most definitely can do that. And here we come on the anniversary of 9/11. Donald Trump signs a peace treaty with the Taliban, saying we're gonna get out of your country. They like, yo, we marching. All these refugees all over the place out of there. You don't think no Al Qaeda was in that mix of people getting out of Afghanistan? Now the Taliban is taking over Afghanistan, and who they put in power? They put in power some of the most top people that's on America's most wanted list for terrorism. I will let you know right now, and I won't be afraid to say it, but America most definitely will have to revisit Afghanistan again. Just like Syria and all those other places where we occupied and we got out and didn't have to go back because they started doing crazy stuff. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Or America is going to suffer some crazy defeats on our own soil. You got to know what the sign of the time. It's time to get out, y'all. It's time to get out. It's time to get out. Joshua says it boils down to personality. Get in where you fit in. Too short voice. Well, where you fit in? As a black person in America, I don't know what nationality you are, we have never fit in America. We've never had equal rights, equal opportunity, or none of those things. They pacify us for a little bit, give us a little couple of things here and there, and then they slap us in the face and let us remind us that, yo, you are our slaves, or you are the descendants of our slaves. Black men are still being murdered. We sometimes we find out about it, sometimes we don't, but it's still happening. Where we fit in at, Joshua? Where we fit in at? We don't have equal education, equal financial situation, equal health. You know, the court system is based upon our defeating our whole existence. African Americans and descendants of Africans, we're only 16% of the population in America. Only 16%. Black people. But we 90% in the prisons, in jails. 16% populated in America. 90% population in prisons and jails. Where we fit in at? If you go through American society, I don't care what state you are, I don't care who you are, I don't care what you dress like, how much money you get, there's always a constant reminder that you're a nigger. There's always a constant reminder. Always. We got to get out of America mentally. Once you make up in your mind that you finish with America, everything else will fall in place. But until that happens, you're still a slave. You're not going to be able to see the truth. You're not going to be able to understand the time that we in and what's going on. Joshua says, just do the back and forth thing for a while to Africa. They've been coming here for years. It's our turn. Well, first you got to get out of America mentally. You got to stop the mentality. You know what I'm saying? We don't realize how white we are until we get around some real black people. Right now, I would question everybody, how many of us really know our neighbors if we're in black community? How many of us really know our neighbors? And I don't mean just like, oh, that's Hakeem. Yeah, his wife got 2 kids. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, do we know our neighbors well enough to when we cook dinner, we call them and say, hey, do you have dinner? Are you eating today? Or do we know each other well enough of when we see our kids, our neighbors' kids doing something they ain't supposed to be doing, that we intervene like we used to do back in the 70s and the 80s? Do we know our neighbors that well? We got to get out of this American way of thinking, because we don't really know how white we are until we get around some black people. When I went to the Gambia, I seen black people being resourceful, helping each other out. Car break down on the side of the road, 10 people pushing. 10 people pushing, women too, pushing the car. I said, wow. In America, we see somebody black on the side of the road, we keep going. I said, man, I ain't got time for that. How many times have you seen white police officers got black people sitting on the curb, legs crossed, hands behind their back, and nobody stopped to say, hey, I don't, officer, I don't mean no disrespect. I just want to make sure that everything is on the up. The police can hardly even arrest anybody in Africa, from what I saw. They arrested somebody, they want to know what's going on. They want to know what's going on. How well do we know our neighbors? And when something happens in a black household, the first thing we do is call the police. Now, I agree, you got to mind your business too sometimes. But for the majority, if we know each other well enough and interact with each other in some shape, form, or fashion, we could police ourselves. If a sister's getting beat down, we don't got to call the police to do something. We need to, hey, wait a minute, hold on. What's going on right here? Before you have to call the authorities. We got to get out of this American way of thinking. How do you think the people feel a black person called the police on another black person and the police killed a black person that they called, they called? How do you think the people feel about that? It's got to feel terrible. When the police get involved with stuff, it's a very thin line. For this thing could escalate to something else. These are very stressful times. Why you think people are dying from overdose? Because they're trying to escape their reality. And they escape to the point where they kill themselves. We got to get out of this American way of thinking before we can even get to the thought of going to the continent of Africa. It's going to be impossible. Because when you get over there, it's just a whole nother flavor. You can't be like, I can't, I ain't used to that. I mean, I'm still getting used to it. I've been there 3 times. And I'm still trying to get used to seeing black men congregate. I'm still trying to erase the fear. I got to be on point. I got to watch my back. In America, I'm constantly watching my back. Not because I did anything wrong or I'm high and paranoid. It's just the art of war. You never know the time and place of battle. It could jump off at any moment. It's a lot of stress. Man, I'm telling you, I daily encounter people. People got road rage. People are mad. No one's smiling. It's a rarity to see people smiling in America. You see, when you get in your car tomorrow, you got to go somewhere. It's daytime. Look in the car. Look at the faces of the people. Look at the faces of the people. And, and you can see it for yourself. No one's happy. I see people in the car, they're driving, they're not even having a conversation. Everybody's on their cell phone texting. No one's having a conversation. No one's talking. I'm dealing with some stuff, some family issues. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with my oldest daughter. Dealing with family issues. Trying to, be the best father I can, but it's this American society, man. We got to get out of this way of thinking and get back to an African way of thought. Everybody eating out the bowl. 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people eating out one bowl. Camaraderie. The gods say each one teach one. They say peace, positive energy corrects error. In America, we got a level of selfishness that is ridiculous. We overabundantly have stuff. We got so much stuff in America that our stuff, we got to pay for our own house, but then we got to go buy a house for our stuff. Storage units. Storage unit called me one day. I go over there. They said, yeah, we need an estimate. I said, what you need an estimate for? We need you to clean this. And I said, okay. But it was very busy. People in and out, in and out, in and out. I was like, wow, maybe I started thinking about storage business. So the manager comes in, sets the paperwork down on the table. and we start talking business. They got up and left. I looked at the paper. I looked down on the paper. 1 month, 1 month in rent, $75,000. I was like, wow. Americans got so much crap that they have to rent an apartment for their crap. $75,000 a month. Come on, y'all. We got to get out of America KKK in our brain first. Every commercial you'll see on TV is food. And then they're selling you a drug. Then they're selling you a car. Then they're selling you sex. Buy this condom, pleasure. Then they want to sell you clothes. Every time you look at the TV, tell lies to your vision, you're going to see an overabundance of things that we don't need. When you get to the continent of Africa, you're not going to need all those things. I go over there, I got my Gucci shoes. I'm like, yeah, what's up? I'm walking around. By the time I got back home, I was like, these ain't Gucci shoes no more. Because, you know, you're walking in dirt in some instances. You're like, I don't need that. I just need a pair of open-toe shoes, sandals, or whatever. Ain't nobody over there really checking for you like that. Even though they love American products now. Don't get it twisted. And they will recognize, you know, hey, yeah, I see you. You know what I'm saying? But that's because this American way of thinking is trying to take over the world. This colonization of Africa, they trying to turn, you know, we need to get back to Africa before they get back there. Because with the powers that be get to Africa, it's gonna be like, why did you leave America? We got to get out of America and out of our mind first. Oh, I ain't got no problem. Look, all my sisters wearing weave and all that fake hair and, you know, butt shots. And I'm not saying you shouldn't enhance your body, but when you get to the continent of Africa, that ain't gonna matter. None of that's gonna matter, because you're gonna have peace and tranquility in your life. If you do the right thing, you have peace and tranquility. You can find love, happiness, a peace of mind, a piece of land, a house, a husband, a wife. You can find everything there. Everything is there. But we don't look deep into the situation because we got America on our mind. I had to like be debriefed as if I was coming from war. When I got to get the Gambia, I had to be debriefed. I had to sit still and know and understand, like, yo, I'm actually in Africa. Wait a minute, hold up. In order for me to enjoy my experience there, I can't think like I think in America. I can't be thinking I gotta have my strap. I can't be thinking, oh, I'm just gonna go up the street to the 7-Eleven and get me a slice of pizza or whatever. I can't think I'm not gonna see no roaches. I can't think I'm not gonna see livestock running in the street. Like, what? I can't think that I'm just gonna have air conditioning at the snap of my fingers. I can't think that I can go to the grocery store and they're gonna have Fruity Pebbles and, you know, even though they do have cereal. But you got to get out of that way of thinking so you can enjoy your experience. But you'll never get there until you leave here in your mind, in your heart, in your soul. You know, because for the most part, this is all we know. America is all we know. And when you get to something different, you know, and if you have a situation or you get involved in something or you become what we call homesick, you're going to be like, yo, I got to get back. And when you get back, I guarantee you will appreciate being back, because all these conveniences that we've been brainwashed to accept is going to be right there willing and waiting for you. But for me, I was happy to be back in America, but constantly reminded that I need to get back out of America. Constantly. Constantly. Because the majority of us are living to pay our bills. In the Gambia, I was able to relax. My money stretches. I was able to take care of stuff, pay it off. Nobody haunting me, calling my phone, none of that. Pay your bill, pay your bill, pay your bill, pay your bill, pay your bill. It wasn't like that over there. It was like, yo, I got money. How much? Okay, cool. Let me just pay the whole thing. Yeah, I was appreciative to come back to America. But then I was like, yo, man, 2 weeks. I was like, yo, I gotta get out of here, yo. I gotta get out of here. It's crazy. People know that I'm in Africa. They're not calling me. They're not calling me because I can't help you with your problems. Sorry. Soon as I get back, oh, yo, I need this, I need that, I need. That was my new name. I need. That's my new name when I get back from Gambia. I need. Everybody needs something. Everybody wants something. Because this is what we do. And there's nothing wrong with you calling me and saying you need stuff. But we don't have a community. I'm just one person. If we had a community, then we could pull our resources together and get things done. But these are the reasons to get out of America KKK, y'all. These are the reasons for you to visit the continent of Africa. I have adopted the theory and the idea that if I experience a degree of heaven, it's not fair if my brother and my sister can't experience it too. So I encourage everybody that's looking at this video to visit the continent of Africa, because this place where we are right now, known as America KKK, United Snakes of America, the Devil's Playpen, whatever you want to call it, America's falling, and it's falling fast, and it's falling hard. All of the signs are there. All of the knowledge is revealed. There's nothing else to be revealed to you. You already know. It's just that the fear factor that they installed in us, in our ancestors, is prevalent and is dictating how we move. It wasn't designed for us to stay here. We came here, we served the purpose, and now it's time to go. And they constantly reminding you, we don't want you here. We don't want your politics. We don't want your education. All we want you to do is to work this cornfield. Oh, you don't want to work the cornfield? Okay, bye. We're going to move on to the next inferior race. In their mind, inferior. And that's the Latinos. The Latinos have become the working force in America. I don't know what we do as black people no more, because I don't know what black people are doing. Everywhere I go, all the restaurants, McDonald's, Burger King, everything, Latino. I don't know what black people are doing for money. I don't know. I just don't know, and I don't understand. But if you have listen, tickets are not that expensive. In some cases, you get a ticket for $600 round trip, y'all. $600 round trip. If you're planning it out, it's like $30 a week for 2 or 3 months, you'll be good. Of course, you have room and board and all that other stuff. I understand that. But I'm saying, just getting there. You can stay in a luxury hotel for like $50 a night. Go for 2 weeks. Spend like $500. You don't got to go to Gambia. Just go touch down somewhere. Say you did. Don't just talk about it, be about it. I'll meet you there. I might even have a place for you to stay when you get there. But we got to get out of America KKK. We got to get out of here, y'all. It's, I just was just doing my research and checking things out. And I was just like, wow. Am I the only one that sees what's going on? I know there's other people, because people are getting out of here. There's a big exodus right now. Big exodus. And these people, they're gonna make it difficult for you to get out. First, you might not get your passport on time, or your visa, or or somebody tell you, oh, you're not gonna be able to do that. Somebody gonna lie to you and tell you you're not gonna be able to do that, and you believe it if you want to, and then you do it, and then you be like, yo, this is not that bad. This is nothing. You know what I'm saying? Josh, what you talk, Uncle Jim? All the black people are rappers, Instagram models, and YouTubers. Well, I got a business, so I'm not. I guess you're wrong there. My people, they work, they got jobs. But I'm saying on the whole, because you really don't see that many black people in the working force. You know what I mean? As fortunate enough for black people from where I'm at, there's a lot of government agencies and a lot of, they do a lot of that type of stuff. But the majority of the workforce is like Latino because they'll do it better for cheaper. And that's just the truth. They'll do the jobs that black people don't want to do better and cheaper. But yeah, getting back to what I'm saying is these are the reasons for you to get out of America. I'm telling you now, when I get some money, and y'all can hold me to this. I'm just gonna. I was like, we was gonna do this whole thing, like, yeah, you go to the Gambia with us. I'm gonna get you discounted tickets. No, at this point, I'm just gonna buy a bunch of tickets and just say, hey, I don't know, first 10 people to sign up. You're going to the Gambia for free room, board, flight, everything. That's how much I believe in what I'm saying. That's how deeply I'm rooted in what I'm saying about, you know, getting out of America KKK. That's how much I believe in what I'm saying. That I'm willing to say, yo, here, come on, let's go. The Gambia, let's do it. No ifs, ands, buts about it. All on me. God bless me, I'll bless you. Word up. Pray for that. For all my subscribers that believe in what I'm saying and believe that I can do it, pray for that. Let me know you're interested. Shoot, I might not even put it out there for everybody. Just those ones that I know that say, yeah, you pay for my hotel and you pay for my flight and I can handle the rest. Just send me an email. Fulfillmentofoursoul@gmail.com. 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 We get it done. We can get it done. I would love for you to experience the bit of heaven that I experience. You know what I'm saying? I experienced a bit of heaven, and I want you to experience it too. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna stay on here long. Like I always say, uh, I'm trying to design this new uh, broadcast studio for us, and everything like that. But it's in the works. You know what I'm saying? Bella's good. For all those that want to know, she's probably on here watching. I'll try to get her to come on. I try to actually get Bella to do this broadcast because I was like, Bella, I don't feel like doing it. I said, Bella, can you do it for me? She was like, me? I was like, yeah, come on. She said, sweetheart, I can't do that. But she do be on here sometimes, you know what I mean? All the ladies, y'all need to encourage Bella to do more. You know what I mean? As far as the channel's concerned. She got her own channel too. But with that said, I just want to just say, hey, y'all, stay safe out there. You know what I'm saying? Watch your back until we can get back home and we can get to the continent and you can experience a piece of heaven for yourself as well. You know what I mean? And just love y'all. I appreciate all the support that you guys have been giving, and girls have been giving us and keeping the channel going. I ain't going nowhere. We gonna keep this thing pumping just the way it is. But yo, y'all be safe, y'all be peace, and I'm out.